Collective, it is December 10th already. I hope the day has treated you kindly. We're going to do our check-in, get our planetary storyline, see where we're at. See where we're... I just heard the word defenseless. Should record that. Defenseless. Somebody just said defenseless. Collective storyline, please, Spirit. Collective storyline. What's going on? What's shaking with the planet? What's going on with the planet? Spirit, please. Thank you. Please and thank you. Ooh, 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. Wish come true. All right. In the central energy. Storyline for the collective. Central energy, please. Planetary situation. What's happening? We got a whole bunch of adjustments going on. What's going on, please, Spirit? Temperance angel. Temperance. Balance. Harmony. In the challenge position. Not 7 of Pentacles. Long-term investments. The results of your hard work is in the challenge position. In the subconscious, Five of Wands. Somebody's fighting with you, angel. Some petty, egotistical rival wanting to fight with you. A fallen angel versus a risen one. In the recent past, well, that flipped out of there real quick, didn't it? 7 of Swords. Fraud, trickery, and fraud. Somebody's trying to mimic this temperance angel. They want to steal your reward. They want to steal your garden. They want to steal what you have invested in. Intentions, expectations, King of Pentacles. They want to become a King of Pentacles by committing fraud on a temperance angel. Stealing from you what you worked for in the near future. Knight of Pentacles. The lens is being looked through. Page of Swords. Negotiations, contracts. Ready and waiting. Getting ready for it. Getting into it. Somebody might be spying. In the environment. Judgment. Judgment. So last night I had some smoker hiding his face, trying to direct me with his smoking hand onto a path. herd me like a freaking piece of cattle. I hope he got his butt kicked. Hopes and fears. Nine of Swords. Yeah. So somebody's in anxiety. They're having a freaking nightmare because you're leaving. You're leaving. So somebody wants to take your place. I know that this magistrate, her totem for her territory is the bison. And I know that there is somebody out there wanting to sick the wolves on her totem. They want to manufacture something there. Problem with that whole idea is that the wolf is also family. So we'll see how that goes. And the outgoing energy. Hanged Man. Release. Sacrifice. Surrender, letting go. They got to accept this change. They're in disappointment. They're being abandoned by you because King of Swords knows the truth here, and he's here very reliable and very strong, very courageous, maintaining control over the foundation and this union here. So whoever your person is, Temperance Angel, they're right there with you in this. It's so amazing to me how, we got some brutal masculinity that's not really divine. They can't feel anything except, malice for somebody or lust. So it's just really interesting how they want to mimic you. They want to reclaim what you have worked for. They want to destroy what you are building, and they want to claim the reward, and then they want to cast the illusion that they actually manufactured it. So they're spying on people in the astral. They know who you are and what you've got coming to you. And they're here in the 3D trying to claim it and then also destroy it at the same time. And right in your face, too, with this ridiculousness. And the unfortunate thing is that it's a masculine, and by coming after you, Temperance Angel, they're coming after the Most High God. And we're just going to have to wait and see how that goes, because I certainly am not in control of any of that. You got these masculines coming one after the other, wanting to beat you up, And the sad thing about it is that they're coming after the woman to beat her up. These fantastic destroyers. It's fantastic. Fantastico! Just ask them. They'll tell you how wonderful they are. They'll tell you what kind of a conqueror they are. The great thing about it is that there are entities here that haven't been here for some time. So you're not alone, and it's not gonna be like it always has been. Even though they're playing it like it will be. So it could very well be. Find out. We got the Temperance Angel here. You are balanced. You bring balance. Leap of faith. Somebody's taking a chance. Balance. Leap of faith. Taking a chance. Seven of Pentacles. You have persevered. You have done some hard work here. You're coming into your reward. Somebody else wants to steal it. You're very independent. You did it all by yourself Temperance Angel, you did this all by yourself, and you got some nasty effing jackwagon coming up here wanting to commit fraud and present himself as though he did the work and earned the reward. This pretender, this freaking nasty jack is wanting to present as you and say that he did it. Lazy piece of shit. Rivalry and conflict with a fiercely free and independent woman who has taken the initiative and actually built something for herself, and you got this worthless piece of shit gambler coming in wanting to take it from her. Five of Wands. Five of Wands. Miss you. Seven of Swords in the recent past. So we got trickery and fraud. Seven of Swords, theft. A whole bunch of dishonesty. I'm the greatest! Raw for me! Yes. Divine intervention. Serendipity. Catalyst. Karma. So we've got theft, dishonesty, and divine intervention. So, what do we got? We got the King of Pentacles here. What's going on with the King of Pentacles? So it looks to me like somebody was wanting to steal your stuff and become a King of Pentacles is what that looks like. But there's divine intervention. Serendipity. A fiercely independent woman who persevered through whatever stupid risk there was with this rivalry with a man, big man coming in wanting to beat up a woman. Take her hard-earned reward for the work that she did while he was trying to hurt her. She was still fiercely successful, fiercely independent, and here he is, nothing but a dreamer and a fool, wanting to play the role of a fiercely independent woman. King of Pentacles is here. Clown. He wanted to be a King of Pentacles. He wanted to take what you did. So, fiercely, what they thought was an impossible path of initiation, you did. You went into it. You're the Temperance Angel. You went as deeper than they thought you went. You went so freaking deep into that hole and planted your freaking roots in there. And now you got this nasty jack wanting to come up and smile in the face of everybody. Your divine intervention. And you got this fraud out there who has the intention of presenting himself as a King of Pentacles. He's a freaking clown. He's a clown. Camouflage. He wants to camouflage himself. You got a King of Pentacles that wants revenge on you. Why? Because you survived and you actually built something and you're still in temperance energy. A fierce darkness and a fierce light. And this idiot wants to come in and take a chance and fight with you. They want to come in and say they miss you. Some incredible clown. Knight of Pentacles. Wants to come in and make a small investment. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. They got a strategy. They got a strategy. Talent. Talent. Could be that somebody has achieved some kind of talent. We got the Page of Swords here. Somebody's spying on contract. Somebody wants to negotiate a contract. Okay, we've got unfinished business. Spying back and forth. Back and forth. So you were spying on what these people were doing with the back and forth to make themselves appear as though they were pure. So you've solved the puzzle on what they were doing, and now there's judgment. Snake. There's judgment for the lying snake. They're in a 9 of Swords, nightmare, because you're leaving. You're in a 6 of Wands, or 6 of Swords, and you're not alone. You're not in that. You're not here. See, you're just sitting in your little boat. You're a temperance angel. You're fiercely independent. You're in that boat. You're being moved away. You're being moved. You're releasing this nightmare, this baggage. Divine intervention is here. The relationship with this snake is ending. Relationship is ending with the shadow. They're in a nightmare because you're transitioning and moving on. And we've got the shadows. The relationship is ending with this shadow. You're moving on to calmer waters. Hanged Man, you're letting it go. You're releasing it. There is a sacrifice, enlightenment, a new perspective on what's been going on is being discovered, perhaps. Finances. So somebody is letting go of your finances. They got to let go of your finances. They have to, the shadow and the snake have to release the finances of this temperance angel, this fiercely independent woman who is great light and great shadow. They're still really these entities presenting as men, they're all about war, and they really love chaos in the city so that they can do camouflage their nasty deeds. So they're gonna wind up doing something. Apparently, they have a list. But things are different this time. The rose sang her song from the depths and was recognized. And the investigation, the research, all of that she had learned while there is bringing about a miracle. A miracle. These third-party nasty jacks are being bound, tormented, because your intuition is key. Your intuition is key. What you have discovered, the research that you have found is key. You are the key. And now you're getting a new beginning. These people, so they got to leave you alone. You're single, you're alone, or those people who were in your history, those trashy people, they got to leave you alone. You got single, apple. Yeah, so they were doing all kinds of nasty things trying to be you in photographs. They may have been taking photographs wearing your face, trying to be you. Maybe that's why you were single, because these trashy people were down there on the black web or whatever, wearing a mask as you, doing all kinds of shady stuff. They were hoping to bring in, this animal person was hoping to bring a death to the apple. Look, because they figured they committed a crime. They didn't want these Temperance angels coming together. But now the sun is setting on the past, and they will have eternal regret because this is a separation and an end. So we've got keep silent, and we've got the law. So it could be that behind the scenes, we've got empty room, the end of their opportunity, lawyer, judge, police, keep silent, coercion, hint. So there could be some people trying to hide information. It could be that there is some law stuff going on behind the scenes and the rooms are being emptied out. These people are losing out on their opportunity. The mirrors are running away. They're trying to get away. They're running. They're trying to hide. So in the 3D space, this may be happening behind the scenes. People may not really know about it. It's time to cool down and pause the exhibits of the white rose, the roses, the sacrifices. We're gonna stop sacrificing people. We're gonna stop sacrificing humanity and children and all of this other crap. Yeah. It could be that there is an uninvited guest. They're surprised. A forgotten person. Accident. The uninvited guest may have an accident. You may not know who this person is. This has been going on for centuries. Somebody's going to have an accident. Somebody that you no longer remember. Somebody from the past. Uninvited guest. Wish, expect, desire. You're going to get your wish. Letting go. You're releasing this. This is your transformation here and divine timing reconciled. So you're releasing the past. Oh, and encounter. Home. Haven and firm. Very solid, very solid, very solid. There may be some coffee, tea, drinks. Ascending. Promise, a commitment. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, boy. So you may go out for coffee or something and you may run into somebody. I don't know, take it as it resonates. You're ascending. It could be that you are committed to ascending. So, you have revealed the hidden things. So we've got the owner, the master, the top level, the crown, has revealed the hidden truth regarding toxic attachments, addictions, and other things that had been keeping twin flames apart and had been stealing the wealth that was supposed to be there for them to manifest something really good in the world. So it could be the crown has revealed the hidden truth regarding these toxic attachments and these people that were addicted to you. We've got communication records. There's a mystery. A mystery. So the unknown mystery, you've got communication records. You've found records, to verify, clarify, prove the illusions of the past. This mysterious, what the heck is going on? You have revealed what is going on here. And it was not easy. Wasn't easy. And it's incredible. So, Temperance Angel, roll the dice. Taking a chance, a leap of faith. A leap of faith is what the Temperance Angel is doing. Rolling the dice, taking a chance, a leap of faith. It's a risk. It's risky. round and round. Roll the dice, round and round we go. So, taking a leap of faith, we've got cycles, triggers, lessons, round and round, roll the dice. We're going to get more clarification. It could be that your balance, somebody wants to take a risk. You're here in harmony. Somebody wants to roll the dice. Round and round and round. Seven of Pentacles, hard work and perseverance. You're fiercely independent. There's a woman on the card, which is why I say woman, okay? So, but take it as it resonates for you. Free, leader, taking the initiative, blazing the trail, opening the doors, bringing balance. This is serious balance. I was just reading about Sekhmet, because the Unseen was talking about Sekhmet, who is apparently extreme polarities, war and healing. Persevering. Temperance angel. You are free. And illuminated with the truth. Initiative. You could have gone through an initiation. You are illuminated. Yeah, you've gone through an initiation. Five of Wands. Competition here. Misses you. Feeling like shit. Somebody who is fighting with you misses you. Your rival misses you. They feel like poop. They were committing fraud and stealing for people in the recent past, telling lies, betraying people. There's been divine intervention, serendipity, a catalyst. Somebody's a catalyst. The collective out there is a catalyst. The work that you've been doing has made this shift possible. You connected to the divine has made this shift possible. And somebody's they're getting the shocking news. Shocking news. So, Seven of Swords, trickery and fraud, theft, divine intervention, serendipity, and catalyst, karma. Shocking news. This King of Pentacles is a clown, a performer. It's camouflage. It's fraud. They could be getting laughed at for their performance. A workplace affair. Maybe this clown is sleeping with somebody on the job. They might have coworkers that they're swinging. We got a Knight of Pentacles here. Hard work and routine. We've got talent. Talent. Wish. Make a wish. You're born with talent. These features could reflect in your personality. Making a wish. Page of Swords. What we've got? Negotiations, contracts. High alert. Somebody's spying on the back and forth. This baggage, this unfinished business, this baggage. You've solved the puzzle. You've chewed on it. They're being chewed on. The over and back, the back and forth. We got chew. This baggage is being chewed on. There's consuming. We've got deep thinking. Deep thinking. Somebody's in deep thought regarding the back and forth, regarding the baggage. Spying on contracts. Blocked. So, you remember, so there's the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You've remembered something, a code word or something, and we've got blocked. So you're blocking somebody. You remember the back and forth, it's not over. This Page of Swords. Spying on somebody, going back and forth. Solved the puzzle and blocked their calls, not taking their calls. They saw somebody doing something shady. Judgment. We've got judgment being called on the snake. These lies, this poison. Secret accounts. Secret accounts. I was listening earlier and I heard suffocating algorithms or like choking something or other. I've heard of it, before I heard of it as shadow banning. So it could be, yeah, it could be that this snake, they've got these other accounts. Catfishing was what they were talking about. They were talking about catfishing. They were talking about this algorithm, yeah. So apparently there's been like a shadow banning. This snake has been shadow banning people. They're under judgment for lying on secret accounts, catfishing people, doing things, setting up pictures, wearing masks, trying to destroy somebody's reputation and character by pretending to be them. So this snake is under judgment. They're in a 9 of Swords nightmare about it. They could be in despair because you're leaving. You're transitioning and leaving the baggage behind. They are the shadow. You're leaving the shadow behind. You're letting it go. The relationship is ending. You will no longer be serving them with your life or your attention or your love or anything that you have earned for yourself. You are a great light and you are a great shadow, and you're done dealing with these people that are just shadow while siphoning the light out of others and wearing it and pretending that they were that, but still being full of malice. There's nothing inside of them that suggests that they have the ability to balance a great light, because what's coming out of them is so vile, you know? So obviously their light is false, because if it wasn't, they would not be behaving the way they do. We've got backstab in the reverse, the shadow. So we've got 9 of Swords, hopeless, trauma, and despair, because the relationship is ending with the shadow, with the other side. They can no longer backstab you. They can no longer deceive you, play mind games on you, love bomb you, or cause you pain by getting with you and then cheating. That's done. We're going to be done with that. We've got the Hanged Man. So they got to let go of your finances. They got to let go of your fortune. There's a sacrifice here. They have, they got to surrender it. It's not theirs. They're a fraud. They're a trickster, a thief. They're a freaking King of Pentacles clown. It's all a performance. They have to surrender the finances. We've got praying, faith, healing, meditation. They got to surrender, they got to release these finances to the people who are faithful, who actually have connection with Source, who are the actual temperance angel, who are the great shadow, which is also the great light. This wealth it exists because you exist. And you've got some clown here pretending to be a king of pentacles, but it's complete fraud. Divine intervention is here. They could be getting readings on you. They may be spying on other people's. They may be cross-watching. They're under pressure because time is running out, and we're closing this cycle. We're closing the cycle on love-hate relationships. They're not happy. They miss you. Get back here. Yeah, somebody's living in the moment, or somebody's having massive regrets for living in the moment because now they're being rejected. They're being rejected by the love child, by a love child, by one of the Most High God's divine children, one of his favorite angels. They chose Jezebel, and Jezebel's losing sleep because, well, divine masculine is saying goodbye. They are married to someone else. They've learned their karmic lesson, everything that they needed to learn, and they're getting detached from Jezebel. They're ghosting Jezebel, who caught them with a love spell, whatever. So now they're fake busy. This toxic lifestyle is fake busy. They're selfish, stubborn, and arrogant. They're like, it's got to be my way, you know. They wanted to be single, and you wanted a family, and you know, somebody's in their feelings. They're heartbroken over reckless love. So somebody chose reckless sex and called it love, and you chose to love yourself. So they went out being a whore, and you went in and you chose to love yourself, and you became something great. And they just became something filthy. And they're wanting to come in. Look, they're coping, they're drinking. They want to come in and say they love you, you know. But the thing is that there's a secret. The twin flames are bringing a firestorm. They're in the middle of a firestorm. They want to be covered by your energy. Somebody's going to come in, and they're going to try to get in your energy. They're in the middle of a freaking firestorm because of the memories, the history that they did to the queen bee. It's too damn late. It's too damn late for them to get on your GPS or for them to earn your destined path. There's a funeral for the jackass. They may be at the police station because somebody has seen their true colors. Yeah. And they were bumping heads with somebody who actually had spiritual gifts. They don't have spiritual gifts. They wanted to be seen as though they do, with all this nasty black magic and sex magic and stuff. They're ashamed. They could be embarrassed. They could be embarrassed. Somebody's going to pop the question, and it's really bad news for this side hustle, this sex addict side hustle. They were out there, collecting energy from divine masculine, who is now fed up with these people who don't work, these shady people who don't work. They don't ever go earn anything. They got bad credit. They spend money they don't have, and they trick people and cause illusions to trap people. And now there is legal matters. There's a big old divorce here because it was seduction. There's a separation. They were seduced. It was criminal paternity. Criminal paternity. They were seduced and then sucked in with a pregnancy or something. And they left the divine feminine hanging. They left divine feminine hanging, effed up over them because they were having a romance and there was a bunch of sweet talk. So now you're free. You're moving on from these people who were mirroring you. They're running. They're running because they're not the true divine daughter or son. They're running, trying to hide. Somebody wants to send you a love message with no strings. They're in a downward spiral. This spiritual psycho. And you're turning your back. You're like, get out of here, man. Spiritual psycho wants to get on you. You got a spiritual psycho. So you got, you know what the sad thing is? You got religious folks and spiritual psychos coming after you. And you're just this beautiful temperance angel, independent and free, sitting here illuminated, doing your own thing. You were initiated. You're into a great darkness and a great light. You have been illuminated to the truth. You have had your awakening, and you've got this fraud, this King of Pentacles clown out there wanting to present as you and take from you your reward, your initiation reward for surviving. Lazy, good for nothing, blowhard. Round and so the temperance angel took the chance. They took a risk and they came into this cycle, round and round and round. So that's okay. So that's the earth angel. You came in to this realm. You rolled the dice. You took a chance. You went round and round and round in time. You went through these cycles. Now I know for me, my mission statement, my memory from leaving and coming here was learn as much as you can about as much as you can. You just come here to learn. I didn't know what that meant. So you're just having all these experiences and it's traumatic and it sucks so bad and you don't really realize that you're learning, but it's because you just think you're experiencing, but so anyway, the temperance angel rolled the dice, took a chance, leap of faith. It came right in here and went round and round and round. Birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. In the challenge position, you had to persevere, right? It was an investment. It was an investment. Round and round and round we go. What can you learn? What can you learn? Fiercely free and independent. You've been brutalized by these ones for a long time. They did not want you. They wanted what you are. They wanted to sacrifice you, consume you, be seen as you. But you discovered the truth. You went through your initiation and you've been enlightened now. Isn't that crazy? So you did it. You did it. And now those who were fighting with you miss you and feeling like shit because you made it out. You've discovered, you've passed the test. You've graduated, you've learned your lessons. There's no reason for you to stay. They can't trap you or keep you. You took a risk. You probably knew that you could get trapped here. But it was worth it, obviously. You will be traveling soon. You'll be traveling soon. You've learned your lessons. So the temperance angel came in, rolled the dice, took a risk, a leap of faith. They went round and round and round, and now you will be traveling soon. Seven of Pentacles, you did some very hard work. You're fiercely independent, free. You're a leader. You take the initiative. You work well on your own. You don't need somebody up there micromanaging you or leading you by the nose at all. You are just illuminated. You have gone through the initiation. You are free. You've made a discovery. And you got all these people that are superstitious and they're holding on to their little book of rules and they're thinking that you and your fierce, independent, free way of doing things is just not the way to go. And they want to hurt you because I think they're afraid of you because it's risky what you did, They certainly aren't going to take that risk, but they want your reward. commitment. Commitment. So you've done a lot of hard work. You persevered, and there's a reward. You're fiercely independent. You took the initiative and you did some research. You are free. Very dark, very light, extremely balanced. This temperance angel is illuminated. You know the truth. You have discovered what was going on about commitments. It could be that you're having a commitment. Things are getting really serious now. You're committed. You're committed to illuminating yourself. You're committed to illuminating the truth. You're committed to balancing this shadow, this great shadow. And you're going to do it the right way. You're not going to consume others and say, oh, I'm so balanced. No, you're going to actually do the hard work. That's what leaders do. Clowns, on the other hand, perform magic tricks and such. Five of Wands, those who were in competition with you, which it was never competition. They brutalized you. They never thought you were going to come out of it. No way. It's been thousands of years. But you're committed. You're committed. And you keep coming back. You know, that was one of the things that they were like, they keep reincarnating. They just wanted you to stay down, but you kept coming back and going through the tough stuff again and again and again. You kept trying again and again and again. Somebody misses you. They're feeling like shit because you're leaving. You took it. Look, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, somebody's feeling like shit. This earth sign is feeling like shit. They are in the Seven of Swords, trickery and fraud. They are stealing, dishonest, acting strategically with their illusions. We got divine intervention, serendipity, a catalyst, karma. Shocking news, we've got divorce in the reverse. They can't leave it behind. There's no divorce. The divine did not cut you out. This clown isn't going to be able to separate themselves from their fraud. King of Pentacles is a clown. It's all a performance. A workplace affair. They may be sleeping with somebody at their job. Narcissist. Knight of Pentacles, working hard on the routine. They've achieved some kind of a talent. They may have specific features regarding their personality. Making a wish, receiving a wish. Maybe they have a natural born talent of manifestation. Making a good investment. Maybe they made a good investment. They went to school. They learned something. They're making a wish. They're getting a wish. They got what they wished. They got a talent. They worked real hard for this growth. Wish date night. Get ready to be wine and dine. Somebody's wishing for date night. Page of Swords. We've got spying on contracts. This could be somebody that has been going over and back, trying to chew on something, remember something. We've got blocked. They could be blocked. Somebody may be trying to do something. What's doing this? You got, what, a code word? You solved the puzzle. You're protected. You're protected. So we've got a Page of Swords here. He's spying on these contracts. They may be trying to negotiate a contract. But this is somebody who has been going over and back, over and back. They've been going into the shadow, doing some stuff, and then coming back and presenting themselves as pure. This is baggage. They are baggage. And there's chewing, remembering, solving the puzzle, blocked, and you are protected. They are blocked. They're being blocked by your guardian. Yay! Judgment is here. There's a reckoning for the snake, for all these lies and these secret accounts, all of this stupid suffocating algorithm, or this choking algorithm, or whatever. You know, they were choking the true influencer, and then they were pumping up the copycat or the catfisher who is trying to destroy reputation from these secret accounts. They're in trouble. Challenges. So yeah, they're under judgment for the lies and the poison that they have been trying to infiltrate somebody's reputation with on these secret accounts, causing challenges for them. They may be having challenges now. Maybe their accounts, these catfishing accounts, are being choked out. Could be that. They're in a 9 of Swords energy, a nightmare, because you're leaving, you're going on, you're releasing the baggage, and the relationship with this shadow, with the other side, is ending. They're no longer able to backstab you or cause you pain. These people could be in another dimensional reality or another timeline that has access to this technology. Like they might not be through some kind of dimensional doorway or something, like on the other side, messing with us here. We've seen, well, I've seen pictures from the past where you got black and white photos, but then you got somebody in these photos and they're on a cell phone. So people are coming in and out of these dimensional spaces with technology, and they're doing stuff. They're no longer able to play mind games or deceive people from the other side. The relationship is ending. They got to move on. It's a waste of time. It's over. You're leaving it behind. The relationship is ending. We got the Hanged Man. There is a release. They have to release. There's a sacrifice and a letting go. They got to let go and surrender the finances to the faithful, to those who actually pray to God. The Temperance Angel, who took a risk, came down here, went round and round and round through the loop to find to do the elimination, the initiation. The Earth Angel came here, took a leap of faith, went round and round and round through these cycles of brutality, this torture. And now you get to move on. These ones have to release the finances to those who are faithful, who have graduated through these initiations. This independent person has graduated top of their class, surpassed at least 2 records that had been held for some time, and they did it alone, without instruction, while being shut down in every way possible, forgetting everything, purpose and everything. But the soul knows, and that's how you know the true angel, because the soul knows, regardless of what you strip from them, as long as they got their soul, man, they're connected to God. Now these ones have to give the money over to this Temperance Angel, who, despite everything that they did, still prayed, still stayed connected, didn't get caught up in this stupid game too badly. This King of Pentacles clown wants to claim the reward for this independent, fierce woman having gone through an impossible, what they deemed was an impossible life path. They kept saying it. It was impossible. It was impossible. But it wasn't, was it? And now they're so furious because it's a woman. They're so furious because it's a woman. She is fierce, man. Fierce and steady and powerful. And you got this clown out there dreaming of stepping into the shoes of this woman and destroying everything that she's been working for. They want to, no matter what, they want to stop her from manifesting her life here in the 3D. They don't want her actualizing the opportunity that the Most High God says she has earned. They got to give it up. They got to give it up. They got to release the finances. They got to release the money, the fortune to those who are faithful, to those who have chosen the Most High God, to those who are committed. And you know, these people, they can't tell you what that's supposed to look like. They can't. It specifically says, go into thine own closet and pray. This is a one-on-one with God. Nobody can tell you how to do that. You know, and like any relationship, you know, you have to work at it. You can't just be hurting or upset and say, God, please make it go away. It's a relationship, you know. The indigenous people are very good with that because it's a part of the tradition. The pipe, smoking of the pipe, the prayers, the drumming the prayers, putting the prayers into the smoke and lifting it. It's a way of life. And you got a lot of folks here that aren't that. They're all about the performance. And then they want to suck the reward out of somebody who actually did the work in the other spaces and places, the other D's, and then they try to red rum them in the 3D before they actually can come into their experience, their God-given role. Caution. So be cautious. Yeah, they got to let go of the fortune and give it to those who actually have faith. We've got caution. Somebody's trying to do a love spell, or they're changing residence, or somebody's trying to do a love spell because they want to move in with a fire sign. They're trying to manifest a fire sign, okay? Health issues could arise because this is a third-party hobag who wants to come in for a good time. So be patient here. You or your partner may be physically or emotionally distanced, and they may be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or they could be an air sign. No, because an air sign is a liar. Air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they're a liar. They're taking a gamble, trying to hop on board your cycle, your destined path. And it's like, no, sorry. Because they, these bisexual, whatever, masculines, they like their animals, you know, their little kittens and whatnot. So give it time, because they're wanting to come back, but luck is on your side. So give it time. You're not opening your heart to that right away. Until they're let go, they got to be let go, you know, because you know that there's nasty jackos out there wanting to slip in. They don't, you know, they rely on people being ignorant to this scenario. You know, they try to make everybody think that it's evil that you're reading these cards. And it's like, what's evil is you got a King of Pentacles out there who's performing. This is a clown having workplace affairs as a narcissist, committing fraud, trying to steal the hard work of this woman who persevered through what they deemed an impossible freaking initiation. And not only did she do it, she graduated at the top of her class and beat 2 of their records. And this narcissist is still there trying to take it away from her. They were not able to cause a divorce. Shocking news. There's divine intervention for this, for serendipity, for this catalyst. Shocking news. There is no divorce. This independent woman has been initiated and illuminated. Full-on temperance angel. All these masculines out here unseen, they're so angry because this divine feminine, you know, and I'm sure there's more than one. Take it as it resonates, please. But because all the doctors, you know, right, everybody went through this severe initiation. You all came down here and you went through the freaking cycles. So incredible. So incredible you are. You learned your triggers, your lessons, all these karmic lessons on how to, you know, experience severe and terrible darkness, but then to become that great light, which brings balance to it. You've graduated full on. You're a powerhouse. And you got these men out there that are trying to call you evil because you were able to survive all of them hurting you. It was prophesied. And all they can do is whine and bitch and moan and try to say how you're unworthy. And it's so unsettling to hear these grown men behave like little children, bitching and moaning about this beautiful woman who earned legitimately and is found worthy of this. They still want to throw hate at her, sling shit at her, rather than congratulate her on her commitment. So disrespectful. You know? Why would they do that to this woman when they, I mean, don't they want their own mother to be lifted, to be raised, to be seen as someone great? I don't get it. Why would they do this? I mean, because they didn't want to go into the dark. They didn't want to do the work. This is a fallen temperance angel. He wanted to hijack the success of the divine feminine. This is a fallen masculine temperance angel clown who wants revenge because of your discipline. Their fraud isn't working. Things. You will be traveling soon. Things. You may be getting some things. Seven of Pentacles reward for your independent, free leadership, taking the initiative, blazing trails, opening doors, going places nobody ever went before, discovering the truth about whatever it is you needed to know about yourself in order to bring a great light to this shadow that they kept burying you in. You're committed here. There's a backstory. Things are getting serious. So there's a backstory to commitment regarding things. This narcissist wanted your things, so they were abusing you regarding commitment in the history, taking your things from you. They didn't want you to be successful. They kept trying to set you up for failure. They wanted you to fail. With this Five of Wands, competition, but it was never a competition. It was a grown-ass clown brutalizing a woman because he wanted to be like her, but he was too lazy to do the work. He didn't want anybody to see him fail, so he decided to be a brutalizer and beat everybody up instead, because that proved how strong they were, right? You know, there's no love in them. So, Five of Wands, rivalry, conflict. They just wanted to beat you up. Miss you. Yeah, feeling like shit. They're feeling like shit. They don't miss you. They just miss your glow. They just miss the gifts that they were stealing from you. They just miss you because they got cut off. Earth sign. You don't love this earth sign. You have no love for this earth sign. Seven of Swords. Trickery, fraud, deceit, divine intervention, serendipity, catalyst, karma, shocking news. They could not get you seen as a clown. This narcissist is seen as a clown. There's no divorce. You're not getting cut off from the divine. Congratulations. You are the temperance angel. However, there's a King of Pentacles here who is a performance clown wearing camouflage. They want revenge. They've got a workplace affair. This narcissist, they're probably tapping into a light source, a woman, or who has a great light at their workplace. They're probably sexing up a woman, this clown, this narcissist. They need energy. They need the energy of a powerful divine feminine. So they got a workplace affair. They're harvesting energy. This clown, they are camouflaged under this energy. They're camouflaged under a workplace affair. This narcissist is. They're cloaking themselves in a woman's energy. Yep, this clown is cloaked in a woman's energy. They're having a workplace affair. He wanted to steal all of your coins and be seen as you, but he couldn't do that. So now he wants revenge, but he's got to dress up in this other woman's energy. And I think he's using her energy and her spiritual gifts to perhaps fight with you and your protection. They weren't able to cut you off. They're shocked. Service. Someone is too full of themselves. This narcissist is too full of themselves regarding service. They don't do any service. What? They just go out and have sex with somebody. A workplace affair. A married man goes out and sleeps with this clown. Goes out and sleeps with somebody in the workplace. Probably transferring all of their damn freaking nastiness into this woman and then uploading her freaking light into themselves, cloaking themselves, making it look as though this narcissist is here in service. They're doing illusion magic. They're committing fraud on this woman's energy, this workplace affair. Yep. They're camouflaged in this person's energy. You know, the sad thing is, one of these, I was attacked, many years ago, 6 or so. These ones were threatening to gain RAP me as I laid there quaking with their technology. They were blasting me with these stupid DEW weapons or whatever. And they were talking about gang RAPing me, and they were saying, well, if she fights, I'm just going to tear her open. And they were just like being so freaking nasty, man. But they think that if they make it feel good, that it's okay. It's permission. As long as you feel good, they feel that they've done their job and that it's perfectly legitimately okay if they take from you or cloak themselves in you. If they play in your energy, download their nastiness, cloak themselves in your beautiful temperance. And then they can make it appear as though they're being of service. What the hell is going on here? Knight of Pentacles did a good investment. They worked very hard on a talent, to get a talent. Born with features, personality. They might be working on something. This may be a talent, making a wish, getting date night. They may have a talent, born with some kind of talent to get a date night. We've got messenger, to deliver dates, making wish. They might want to make a wish. They might want somebody out there to be drawn to them. This could be that talent, making a wish and drawing in date night. Messenger. Page of Swords here. Message, contracts, unfinished business, back and forth. It's not over. This is baggage. Baggage, baggage, baggage. Solving the puzzle, chewing on this. You're blocked. You're blocked. You're spam. Your guardian is blocking these people here and now. Your guardian is here and now. And somebody, this Page of Swords, has been going over and back, and well, they are being blocked. They're being blocked by your guardian here and now. They're under judgment because they're a snake and they've been lying. They got secret accounts. They've been trying to dirty up your reputation and cause you challenges. Observation. So what they're doing is being seen What they're doing is being seen. It's that that suffocating algorithm, that choking algorithm or whatever, shadow banning or whatever. So, all right, so we got 9 of Swords here. Trauma, despair, anxiety, worry. Because you're leaving, the relationship is ending with this shadow, with the other side. They're not able to backstab you and cause you pain anymore. No more love bombing, no more mind games, no more deception. No more getting with somebody and then having them just go cheat on you because that was the way they did it. They got to move on. It's a waste of time. You're not available. They're being watched. They're being watched. Being watched. Move on. These vain people are being told to move on. You're not available. They're not going to be able to backstab you again. They're not going to be able to use a relationship to F up your world anymore. Absolutely not. So that they can go around and convince themselves that they're conquerors because they were successful in breaking somebody's heart who actually loved them. So we've got the Hanged Man. They could be getting released because the finances are going to the faithful, or they got to let go of the finances and give it to those who are actually loyal to the Most High, who chose to pray, who chose to be one with God. We got caution. Find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. We've got drama in the reverse. So somebody needs to use caution. They're not going to be able to bring you any drama. They better use caution. Find out more information. There's no drama in these streets. No drama. So there's not going to be any drama from this player. We got martyr. No drama from this player. Martyr. Purpose. So they wanted to martyr you and take over your purpose. They're addicted to being seen as you. We got time, expectation. You are going to be taking that seat and you are defended here. You didn't do anything. You don't have to do anything. You are remembered. You're being remembered. You are remembered. You're the teacher. You're the teacher. And you got some clown here. Some clown wanting to come in, and according to the divine, this really bad copycat clown led everybody down a path of incoherence, completely screwed up everybody's life by trying to get vengeance on this independent, illuminated woman who can carry more shadow and shine more light than they'll ever be able to even dream of. They're out there, this clown is out there having a workplace affair, cloaking himself in somebody else's energy so that he can look like he's a being of service. He's a freaking performance monkey. Performance monkey. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Trickery and freaking fraud. They can't be it, but they can certainly mimic it because they're not even real. These are not. So what I found was the what's that? Back in the day, pod people. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, pod people. They're exactly like human beings, except they can't feel anything except malice and a glee at somebody's suffering. So they look just like humans. They walk and talk and do whatever, but they're very intelligent. So they got nice memories and such. So they can act as though they love because they have received it. So they know what it is and they know what people expect. So they can pretend very well until it's time to just drop the freaking hammer and tear somebody's floor out from under them. Well, whoever this person is having an affair with, it's terrible. It's terrible, man, because it's a trap. They're trapped. Whoever they're having an affair with, they are now trapped in that round and round loop with a clown. Temperance angel, you took a risk. You rolled the dice. You came down and went round and round and round. You went round and round. You went through pain and suffering like very few others survived pain and suffering of. You're going to be leaving soon. You're getting your things. You're getting your things. You will be traveling soon. You're getting some things. You're going to go get your things. You've earned some things. You're 7 of Pentacles. Dance. Dance. Maybe it's time for you to dance. Maybe it's time for you to go celebrate. You're going to be traveling soon. You've learned all the lessons that you needed to learn. There's no unhealed wounds. There's no unhealed triggers. You have faced your fears and you've presented yourself boldly, knowing that the Most High is with you. You got some folks, masculines, out here that are so furious. You know, they were supposed to be the ones to guide people, but they abandoned you. Sacrificed you, abandoned you. You went through all of these. Nobody ever helped you, assisted you. They just buried you, buried you, buried you, buried you deep, 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 deep. Deeper, 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 deeper. Make sure they never rise. Deep. But you were committed. It's time for you to go dance. You're going to get your things. You're going to go dancing. You're coming into your reward. This clown can't be you. And whoever they're having an affair with can't be you either. They can talk and ridicule and be cruel and demean and belittle people very well. They got a nice sword for a tongue, right? They can really hurt somebody. But the wonderful thing about you is that even though you have a great shadow in you, you're illuminated. You choose to walk in the light. That doesn't mean that you can't really mess somebody up if you want to. You just don't choose to because it's not the energy you want to be in. You're a creatress. You're a temperance angel. Nature. Nature. Commitment. Nature. Nature. They're coming, they're coming. Actively meet each situation as it comes. You're committed. You actively met each situation as it arose throughout the history. You didn't take any shortcuts. You didn't make any deals. You didn't sell yourself short by selling your soul. You didn't roll the dice and take a gamble. You actually buckled up and felt it all. You imbued it all. You became what was necessary in order to leave. 5 of Wands, competition. They miss you, feeling like shit. Well, they don't miss you. They don't miss you at all. All they miss is that free ride and that good time that they've been enjoying for centuries now. There's no love here. There never was. You probably don't even remember who this person is. Mask. It's all a mask. There's no love. Miss you. If somebody comes up and says they miss you, they're just feeling like shit because you're leaving. You're going to the dance. Their mind is broken. Their mind feels broken right now because you're leaving and you're taking all your things. This person is a mask. There's no love here. trickster, fraud, betrayal, theft, divine intervention, serendipity, a catalyst, shocking news. There's no divorce for this temperance angel. They cannot trap you. Congratulations. They did their very best to defile, degrade, and drive you into the pit as far deep as you could. Just despair. They wanted you stuck there. Congratulations. You're a genius. It could be seen that you are a genius. Maybe people think you are, because it was apparently an impossible path. They kept insisting it was impossible, and they kept arguing about why you weren't successful. They kept coming up with all these reasons why you should not be given this reward, and you did it all by yourself. They're here trying with their hand out, trying to collect your reward. There's a narcissist out here. King of Pentacles, clown. It's a performance. It's an act. They're camouflaging in the energy of a workplace affair with somebody who is there in service. So they're camouflaging themselves, this narcissist, in the energy of a workplace affair with somebody who is there in service. Or maybe just so that they could appear as though they are in service. Hunger, they're eating this person. They're consuming this person. They're consuming that person. Knight of Pentacles is working hard to develop a talent, making what? Making a wish for date night. We've got a messenger. Messenger. What's going on with the messenger? Personality. The devil. The devil. Messenger. This person might be a messenger of the devil. This person might be a messenger of the devil. They've got a talent. They've got a talent for making people want date night. This is a messenger of the devil. Personality. Hard work. Personality. They're a very talented actor. They're a very talented actor. A messenger of the devil. Wishing for date night. Page of Swords, spying on contracts, the over and back, the back and forth. This is baggage. It's not over. We remember. Solve the puzzle. Chewing on the information. They are blocked by the guardian, by your guardian, here and now. Other side, other side, other side. Page of Swords, spying on the contracts. It's not over. Back and forth baggage. Solving the puzzle. They are blocked by your guardian here and now. On the other side. They're on the other side. They're stuck on the other side. Because the truth is known. They're blocked and they're stuck on the other side. They're under judgment. This snake is about the lies, the secret accounts, the catfishing, the challenges that they were seen creating for people with all of this catfishing from the other side. They're over there. They got this technology. It's linking us with other dimensions and spaces. We got fate, fate. Fate. They were observed binding the temperance angels, experimenting on them, torturing them, trying to destroy their soul, trying to destroy their mind and their connection to Source, the Most High, family. They did not want you coming out of this at all. It was impossible. They really thought that they had obliterated your soul and your connection with the God. They truly did. You are seen. Everything that they have done here has been witnessed. They're having challenges here. They're presenting challenges. They were watched. They were watched, trying to tamper with your fate. 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 They determined their own fate. They determined their own fate. They're in a nightmare, trauma, and despair because you're leaving. The relationship is ending with these shadow, with the other side. They're blocked. The other side is being blocked. There's no more backstabbing, mind games, and love bombing. These vain people have to move on. You're no longer available. They're no longer going to harvest off of God's family. This is it for them. That's it. They got to move on. They got to move on. I feel kind of bad for this person that this King of Pentacles clown actor is. They're consuming this person in a sexual affair, workplace affair. They have to release the finances. They have to release the fortune and give it to those who actually pray, to those who actually believe in God, rather than just make a show of it, speaking the proper words, making the perfect face, wearing the perfect garb, you know, the role, the freaking performance. It's performance, man. But people they really love the television. They dig it. They dig it. Caution. A celebration could turn into something not so happy. So they got to release the finances. There's a sacrifice. There's a sacrifice. Somebody may be wanting to do a sacrifice. They may come in and offer money, a fortune, to somebody who's praying. What you've been praying for. You may have been praying for money. Somebody has to surrender their finances to those who are actually faithful. Find out more information before you go to a celebration because they're looking for sacrifices. Find out more information before you go to a celebration. They're looking for sacrifices. These midnight harvesters, they're looking for sacrifices. They want to feed or consume a temperance angel because they believe that they can become just like them if they do. These are boogeymen in your dreams. They may be wearing masks and doing forbidden things, consuming your energy and such. They may be trying, they got rabies of the mental body. They got rabies, man. They're crazy. They're freaking loco in the cabeza. Their mind is broken. They're looking to escape. They are genetically modified, intelligent animals. It's wild, man. And they have been filming the whole experiment of how they've been feeding on and doing scientific experiments of love. Yeah, these children of the night, these animals coming in there feeding at the midnight hour. They come in and feed on the love. They come in and they try to destroy, right? To alter, to Frankenstein you, download their karmic stuff, transfer their sin and all their filthy orgy or thieving or blood ritual deeds. They try to Frankenstein people by transferring all that nastiness onto them and then making it look like they are that. Whoever this narcissist is shagging at this workplace, they're consuming them. And they are also, unfortunately, downloading their nastiness into them. It's revenge. It's a temperance angel. They're getting revenge. They're getting revenge because they couldn't trap you, a fierce, independent woman. So they're shagging somebody at work. They couldn't trap you, so the other will do. They couldn't trap you, so the other will do. They gotta cloak themselves in somebody's energy. They're too foul, man. It's a performance. They gotta make it look good. Temperance angel, you rolled the dice. You came here. You went round and round and round. You learned all these karmic lessons. You healed your triggers and your wounds. And now you get to travel soon. You're going to go get your things. You're going to be able to dance. You're going to be able to go have a good time. Okay, so it could be that round and round and round. It could be that those who had taken your things from you will be traveling soon because their minds are broken. They have lost. They've lost you. You came down here round and round and round. They lost you. They were sacrificing you at the dance. You kept going to the dance. These broken-minded people kept sacrificing you at the freaking dance, and now they've lost you. They've lost you. So they used to disconnect you around and round and round. That's how they do it. They'd invite you to the party. They'd sacrifice you, get your things. And that's what I was thinking. My subconscious is like, this is when they do it. Right here, right now, right as you're about ready to collect your reward is when they step in and they gobble everything up. You got to really don't let your guard down right up to and during and after, for sure, man. Heighten your awareness right now. Many flames, man. Many flames have been lost. You persevered. You graduated. You were initiated and illuminated. There's a whole backstory of the commitment and what these people were doing. What these people were doing. There's a whole backstory. You are illuminated. You have discovered what all these people were doing in their commitments. They were putting a ring on it. And then they were letting them go. Being very cruel, putting them through cycles of horror and trauma, thinking that they were going to be the ones that were going to get the prize, right? Nature. So it's in their nature. It's in their nature. They don't have any feelings for anybody. They can't feel. I mean, they get enjoyment when people suffer because that's the lower vibrational energy that they like to eat, I guess. The energy of chaos. They thrive on it. This war energy. 5 of Wands, competition, rivalry. I miss you, feeling like shit. This is an earth sign. There's no love here. It's a mask. It's all a mask. The mask, it's ending. It's ending. There's no love for the mask. Mask. Who are you? You don't even know who they are. There's no love for them. Earth sign. You don't even know who they are. So these people, or this person who's feeling like shit, wanting to come in, they beat you. They spent centuries, lifetimes beating the shit out of you, thinking that they were going to be able to keep you forever if they hurt you bad enough. But you rose up and freaking you graduated your initiation. They wanted to take it from you. They wanted to step in and receive the reward, but they did not. God stepped in with divine intervention and serendipity, a catalyst. So they were committing fraud, trickery. Divine intervention is here. Shocking news. They can't cut you off. There is no divorce. Congratulations. You are a genius. Temperance angel. Fiercely independent, wildly illuminated, carrying a beautiful shadow, a beautiful dark night, perfectly illuminated by your moon and your stars. You're a genius. You have an exit plan. Congratulations. There's no divorcing you from the divine. They could not divorce you from the divine. There's divine intervention here. You are serendipity. King of Pentacles is here. It's a clown performing, trying to camouflage themselves, or actually camouflaging themselves in a workplace affair. This is a narcissistic clown. They're too full of themselves. They're shagging somebody who is there in service. They want to cloak themselves in that energy and appear as though they are, but they're not. They're getting revenge on the Temperance Angel, and they're feeding on this person's sexuality and mind. They're feeding on them. We've got fierce and aggressive. They might be being aggressive. It could be that, well, could be somebody is being fierce with them. Hunger. They might be being fierce. They lost you. So we've got a Knight of Pentacles. It looks like this person has a talent when it comes to displaying a specific personality. They're wishing for a date night. This is a messenger of the devil. Rocky. They want to make things rough for you. Page of Swords, spying on contracts or wanting to negotiate a contract. It's not over with the back and forth thing. This baggage. You have solved the puzzle, and they are being blocked by your guardian angel here and now. The other side. The other side is being blocked here and now. They got caught up in a whirlwind. They were blinded. They did not see this coming. There's judgment here for the snake, and their secret accounts that they were catfishing people, telling lies, fabricating photographs and videos that were not true. They were wearing a mask and doing filthy things, trying to destroy somebody's reputation. These earth angels that were here trying to graduate out of their initiation. You had all these frauds out here wearing masks, generating deceitful videos and photographs and posting it as though they were you, so that they could try to sabotage your graduation. So they were challenging you, they were seen, and now their fate is what? Their fate is bound. They have bound their fate. They have bound their fate. They're going to get the reward. What their intention was for you is going to happen to them. That's what God said. Their intentions shall be their gift. Crumbling in the reverse. Fate, observation. They were seen. You were seen. They're seen. Their fate. They cannot crumble your fate. Your fate is not crumbling. This snake is under judgment for creating secret accounts, catfishing you, trying to create problems for you. They are being observed, trying to tamper with your fate, trying to bind your fate. Your fate is not crumbling. It's unsuccessful. They're in a Nine of Swords despair because the relationship is ending with the shadow side, with the other side. No more backstabbing, no more love bombing, mind games, deception, no more cheating, painful betrayal. Those who are full of vanity are being told to move on. It's a waste of time. It's over. There is no more harvesting off of people with this backstabbing, love bombing, betrayal. No more soul contracts. with the other side for these temperance angels. They've learned their karmic lessons. That's done. So no more harvest. They've been found guilty. They're not able to feed on you anymore. It's over. God is tired of them feeding on his family. It's done. So we've got the Hanged Man here. They have to let go of the finances to those who are actually faithful. Use caution and find out more information before you go to a celebration. There's sacrifices. A celebration can turn into a nightmare real quick. There's looking for sacrifices. They don't want to hand over the finances. They've lost the finances. They've been sacrificed. They got to let it go. They lost. This narcissist is out there being very aggressive, feeding on this person that they're having a workplace affair with. We got ruins. Things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. Use caution when it comes to being invited to a celebration, particularly the Christmas, New Year's things, because right now, in this final moment, right before you're to receive your reward, is when they will strike. They'll strike swift, they'll strike hard, and they'll strike fast and without warning. So be prepared for it, because they're very aggressive. They want to feed. They want your reward. But you are a great light and a great shadow. You're a very great shadow with a stupendous freaking illumination. Broken. These people are having anxiety. They broke every promise that they ever made to you. They're trying to come back in. You know, they want to face it. The truth has set you free. And now their needs aren't being met. They're going under and they're unable to free themselves from this web of secrets regarding making life hard for these diamonds, these beautiful temperance angels, by using their intimate encounters to bind them, to hurt them. They're grieving. It didn't work out the way they had planned, and you are leaving here. They're reaching out, trying to connect to you, but love is eluding them. This person is they're having a workplace affair. It's frivolous. There's no strings attached. It's a simple freaking energy harvest. They're eating this person energetically, aggressively. Which means they're probably having passionate sex, right? That's sad, man. That's sad. Temperance angel, you took a chance. You took a leap of faith. You came down here and you went round and round and round. And you got a whole bunch of wounding and a whole lot of really bad experiences, you know, that you had to then work through and heal, while these ones kept opening the wound and running sandpaper through it. So you're going to be traveling soon and getting your things and going to the dance. Those people with a broken mind have lost you. You're getting a deeper connection. There is somebody out there looking to set up an encounter. Be very, very wary in these celebrations at the end of the year here. This is not a good time. It'd be better if you stayed quietly in your house with the divine. Honestly, tinfoil hat, conspiracy theorist. They got broken minds. They were creating all kinds of fantasies. They've lost. They spun a whole bunch of stories. It was all lies. It was all freaking lies. You've worked very, very hard and you persevered through everything that they did. And you are a fantastically big shadow with a fantastic illumination. You're incredible. This temperance angel is massive. And it's a woman. Self-care. Self-care expert. Self-care expert. There's a backstory on the commitments and what these people were doing. Their nature was to feed on them. Their nature was to put a ring on it and then sacrifice it. Betraying love. And it happened over and over and over and over and over again. Apparently, many of you, if not all of you, were burned alive over and over again because you're a psychic, because of your psychic connection to Source, to God. They wanted to fracture your soul so freaking deeply. They wanted to destroy your mind so that you would never regain connection, let alone have trust in it. They pushed you to the greatest limit. They pushed you into the deepest hole. And they were saying, wow, she went deeper than I thought. Yeah, you went into the deepest hole. And that's where you put your roots and your light. And you claimed your position there. And then you came back up with the truth exposed. Because you were taking care of yourself and getting your golden light on. Freaking shine. So you may be a great light and a great shadow, but the golden light is what you carry. You're special. Royal. Yeah. So those who were fighting with you, they're missing you. They feel like SHIT. This is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but there's no love in them. It was all a mask, and this is ending. This person doesn't have the capacity to love. It's a fashion witch. It's a fashion witch. That's the thing about these clones, I guess, is that according to the movie, Invasion of the Pod People or whatever, they can't feel love. They can't feel empathy. They can only get excited when you suffer because it's an energy that they thrive. They're not light beings. They like the lower vibrational suffering energy. So that's why everything's so freaking nasty. So we've got the Seven of Swords, trickery and fraud, betrayal and theft. There's divine intervention here, and there's shocking news. They cannot divorce the temperance angel from God's domain. There is a congratulations here. You're a genius. It could be that they actually tried to hurt you, tried to, I don't know, twist you somehow, but there's an exit plan. You could have a genius exit plan. There could be, whatever it is, you have an exit plan. And this King of Pentacles, clown, fraud, is being told to stay in their own lane. They have to stay in their own damn lane. You stayed in your own lane. You get an exit plan because you stayed in your own lane. You didn't go out and try to destroy anybody. You buckled down and you felt the pain and you did the shadow work to mend your triggers, to mend, this heartbreak, this shattering of trust. So, you're an influencer. You might be he's feeding on an influencer. So, there's a King of Pentacles out there it's a performance. This is a clown who's camouflaging themselves in a workplace affair. This narcissist is feeding on somebody who is there in service. We've got fierce and influencer. They might be angry over an influencer. They're feeding on an influencer. They're hungry. They want you to go away. They might be feeding on somebody at the workplace, using their energy to do something. It might be a service. A service. What? Workplace affair. Is this a prostitute? Fierce. Influencer. Knight of Pentacles has been working really hard on developing a talent of personality. So this person is really, really good at pretending. They're wishing for a date night. They're making a wish for a date night. They're trying to manifest this. They're very good. They got a lot of talent here. They are a messenger of the devil, and they've made life very, very rocky for you. You must decide whether it's worth it to keep going. They're hoping for a date night, and they're very good with this talent. They're very talented regarding their personality. So they're a good actor or an actress. Starseed. They've been making life very, very hard for the Starseed. This is a messenger of the devil, or maybe they want to bring you a message of the devil who has been making life very, very hard for a Starseed. This is an actor wishing for a date night. Personality. They're born with features, personality, talent, personality. This is a talented personality. It could be that this is an actor or an actress. It could be somebody who's been exposure, who's on the television, who sings. You know, somebody who's got. This is a frequency, so this is water. It could be that they sing with a specific frequency. Maybe they got a voice. Take it as it resonates. But we've got, it's been a rough road for you, Starseed. We've got messenger and devil, wish and date night, hard work and routine regarding a talented personality. Doesn't look right to me. It doesn't look right to me. We've got Page of Swords. It could be spying on contracts. We've got back and forth baggage, solving the puzzle. Somebody is getting blocked by your guardian angel here and now because they were traveling back and forth with the other side. They got caught up in a whirlwind. They were blinded. They did not see something here. They did not see that they were being watched. They did not see that they were being watched. Bitch. Somebody might think you're a bitch. Maybe you like dogs. Maybe this is one of those intelligent animals that's competing with you, wanted to wear your energy, step into your shoes. There's judgment for this snake, or reckoning for the lies that they were telling on these secret accounts, these catfishing accounts, creating challenges for people. They have been seen tampering in other people's fate or trying to destroy yours. We've got crumbling in the reverse. They couldn't cause your fate to crumble. They're under judgment. Shadow demon. They're not able to cause your fate to crumble. We've got fate crumbling in the reverse. They're not able to crumble your fate. Shadow demon. You're not crumbling. You didn't crumble. Nine of Swords, trauma and despair. Because you're leaving, the relationship is ending with the shadow side, with the other side. They're being bound, blocked. They think you're a bitch. There's no more deception, no more mind games, no more love bombing, no more freaking backstabbing by this vanity. They're told to move on. You're not available. They're not going to come here and feed on you. We got a narcissist over here, a narcissist clown, camouflaging themselves in a workplace affair of an influencer. They're devouring this person. They're guilty of lying and cheating by harvesting the energy of other people and then camouflaging themselves in it and then doing their nastiness while wearing that energy. We've got a simp doing the most for somebody who cares the very least. This relationship is ending. They're in a nightmare. They have to release, sacrifice. We got the Hanged Man. Release, let go of the finances. They got to give them to the people who are actually faithful and praying. Finances, praying. Use caution, find out more information before you go to this celebration, because things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. And this celebration, yeah, because you're an empath. You actually care about people. You're the actual temperance angel. But we got celebration here, and let me just read that because I'd skip the celebrations this year if I were you, unless it's with a few trusted friends. They're just trying to trick me again, I know. Practice self-care. Avoid overextending yourself. It can be easy to find ourselves pushed beyond our personal limits, especially when drenched in a bucketful of others' cruelty and ignorant misjudgment. Venturing out with a sense of optimism comes with the risk of bitter disillusionment, and we may find ourselves lashing out even at those who've tried to help us all along. A celebration can turn into a nightmare. Yeah, use caution because there's a bucket full of others' cruelty. Ignorant misjudgment. They want to hurt you. And so they want to invite you to some New Year's celebration. But we've got sacrifice here. Sacrifice, finances. There's a fortune. There's a money problem. And you're praying. They want to what? Unalive a successful, faithful person. Use caution when you go to the party. Things you no longer need are falling away. Maybe they are in ruins and they need to sacrifice an empath. They gotta get a temperance angel. Don't go to the party, man. You got a messenger of the devil here looking for date night. They want to invite you to this party. You're a starseed. They want to make things very rough for you. Yeah, this is what this is right here. Hold off until spring. You got somebody wanting to come in and have an encounter with you. They want to pretend as though they're your person. They're out there ferociously, aggressively feeding on people, camouflaging themselves right now. They're trying to not expose their true self to divine intervention. Trauma bond. Somebody's triggered by a trauma bond. A narcissistic, privileged person. Love bombing and gaslighting somebody. Getting told to just go F yourself. They're jealous. We've got warning, warning, red flag. There's a cult leader here. And the oracle is getting the land back. These people are so mad. Doing the very least to gain the very most by vampiring others. They could be upset that you're announcing it or podcasting it or telling a story. Somebody is a freaking feral. They have no etiquette. No more, and you may not. They may have left you buried because they've been feeding on you. They've been feeding on this legend. Oops. What? So you got these feral people out there. Feral. They have no morals. They have no ethics. They trap themselves a unicorn with a rainbow covenant with the Most High. You're known throughout the galaxy. They've been broadcasting the podcast or whatever of lifetime story of an earth woman. So that's been going on. They wanted you to be seen as feral, but you're an actual unicorn. You got these trolls out there that have been snacking on this legend, and making a ton of money by broadcasting your suffering throughout the freaking galaxy, the universe. God stepped in. They're fed up, and they got to stay in their own lane. You're out of here. You got to guarantee you are a genius. Whatever you did to pull through this, whatever you did, you went down there so freaking deep where they were hiding stuff that they were certain nobody would ever find. And you brought back all that information. They're mad. They're mad, so they want to invite you to this party. You know, they want to feed on this influencer. They want to feed on somebody who is of service. Intentions and expectation is a King of Pentacles clown, a performer, camouflaging themselves, having a workplace affair, narcissist. Yeah. They're feeding on somebody that's there. It could be that somebody is working as an influencer for this person, but we've got aggressive, we got fierce. It could be that God is here because we've got divine intervention. Shocking news, they cannot cut you off from the divine. Congratulations, you're a genius, and you've got an exit plan. Actual guarantee, these people have to stay in their own lane. Now, it could very well be that this is God, that you may be an influencer. We've got a King of Pentacles clown trying to, this is a performer. It's all a freaking joke. Okay, this is a narcissistic clown having a workplace affair with somebody who's there in service. Could be an employee, an actual employee. They're feeding on them. It could be that you are a lion. It could be that God is a lion. It could be somebody is being fierce and aggressive. It could be that you're an influencer. Maybe whatever you're talking about, like this kind of stuff, maybe people are getting aggressive. They're trying to protect themselves from being fed on like this, having their services fed on. This performance clown coming up and camouflaging themselves in the energy of others. Yeah, don't go to the party. I would not go to the party. They got sacrifice on the mind here. They're having money problems. And they're praying for a sacrifice. They're inviting people to this celebration, but this celebration is going to turn into a freaking nightmare. We're already over 2 hours, but I got to keep going. I got to get one more at least because I already started. Temperance angel, you rolled the dice. You came down here and you went round and round and round through the karmic wheel. And these devils swore to each other that you were on an impossible path. You would never, ever, ever come up out of that. Absolutely not. But you did. And they're in disagreement. They've lost. They've lost you, and they're in disagreement about this. They think you should understand how they feel, but why would you? Why would you? Hard work, perseverance, through self-care, you are a great shadow that is balanced by a great light. And you're living in this illumination because this is the energy of truth and the energy that you choose. We've got backstory here on commitment. You have illuminated what these people have been doing to their spouses, to their contracts. These mini flames, they've been sacrificing them, consuming them. Their nature, these intelligent animals, their nature was to sacrifice them, the mini flames, and then consume them, so that they could appear as though they were them, but they're actually only intelligent animals feeding on divinity. You're very angry. You can see that. Oh. Wow, I had 2 cards down here. One flick. Look, they're in regret. Okay, so this card was down there, but I'm going to pull it up. They're in regret. They wish it had never happened because there's no forgiveness for this. It's heinous. What they have done here, there's no forgiveness. They betrayed love in the biggest way, and there's just simply no way at all ever that they can ever be trusted in this environment ever again. They just can't be trusted ever again in this environment. Absolutely not. We do have some folks out there having sex with folks and camouflaging themselves in other people's energy. It's if you care about your gifts, your life, the work that you have done, which has been traumatic and taxing. I'd protect your energy if I were you, especially at the end of this year's celebrations. Somebody's feeling like shit. They miss you, but they were fighting with you for centuries, lifetime after lifetime. They probably sat there and laughed while you burned and screamed torturously, thinking all the yummy things that they were going to buy with this beautiful, low vibrational, suffering energy. They have no love for you. They never did. This is an earth sign. There's no love. They're feeling like shit. Maybe they're feeling like shit because you don't love them. You realize that they're a mask. They're just a mask. And this is a fashion witch who's just wearing a mask out here, feeding on you, doing shady shit. There's no trustworthiness here. And look, we got soul contract. There's a soul contract ending. So the soul contract is ending with this fashion witch because it was false. It was false. There was no love. So the soul contract is ending with a fashion witch because it was just a mask. It was a mask. There was no love. There was no love. They just wanted to freaking knife you. Keep you forever. Drawing it forever. Nobody loves freaking red rummer. It's like, why? You know, and then, you know, the unfortunate thing is that temperance angels were reincarnating over and over and over. I mean, like some of you guys, you just did not stop. You kept coming back and continuously taking this freaking trauma, these attacks, this brutality. You kept putting yourself through it because there's a mission. The soul contract is ending with mask-wearing fashion witches. They're missing you and they're feeling like shit, and that's just too bad. We've got fraud and theft and betrayal. Divine intervention here. Shocking news. They could not cut you off from the heavenly realms. You are the actual temperance angel. You are incredible. They're not cutting you off at all. God said, nope, not this one. You're not keeping this one. The energy is too powerful. These people nearly destroyed the world. Siphoning the energy out of these powerful angels that they were binding in contracts. Congratulations, you're a genius. You've got an exit plan and staying in your lane. Everybody else needs to stay in their lane. They've missed their opportunity. This King of Pentacles needs to stay in his lane. He's missed his opportunity. He's a clown. He's out there performing, and he's not even a good actor. He's having a workplace affair. This is a narcissist feeding on somebody. Hunger. They're hungry. Service. They're feeding on somebody who's there in service. They're providing a service. A hunger. We've got the lion here. Influencer. Lion here. Influencer. Unfinished business. Unfinished business. There is a Knight of Pentacles here. They got a talented personality. They are an actor or an actress. We've got, they're making a wish for date night. We've got making a wish for date night. This is a messenger of the devil. They have been making life very, very hard for the starseed, and they want to do it some more. There's no forgiveness. These many flames, what they have done here, there's no forgiveness. They've been found unworthy. You find them unworthy. You don't want this person. They made life very hard for you. They're unworthy. You're not gonna, no. They're hoping for a date with you, but they're a messenger of the devil. So somebody's spying on the back and forth. You've solved the puzzle and they are blocked by your guardian here and now. The other side is caught up in a whirlwind and they think you're a bitch because you solved the puzzle. You found out what they were doing here with these stupid little contracts, daydreaming, longing for you. Judgment. There's a reckoning here that they need to pay. This is a snake. They lied and they spread their poison all over the damn place with this fertility. Secret accounts, catfishing you, destroying your reputation, making it very challenging for you. They were observed, messing with other people's fates. We've got crumbling in the reverse. You are not crumbling in the face of this shadow demon. You did not crumble in the face of this shadow demon. You were watched. You did not fail. You did not fail. Space, shadow demon. So you did not crumble in the shadow of this demon. We've got space. They can't get in your space. Simp, doing the most for somebody who cares the least. They're having a nightmare because the relationship with the shadow is ending. The other side is getting blocked and locked out. No more backstabbing, no more cheating, no more deception, no more mind games, and no more love bombing. No more coming in, saying how much you love and having passionate, intimate affairs, and then just breaking their heart, tearing their heart out and harvesting them. Nope, no more harvesting that beautiful love energy when it becomes pain. No, no, no. They're guilty of lying and cheating. They're very prideful on how easily they can break somebody's heart who loves them. It thrills them. We don't need to have anything to do with them anymore. You never gave up hope for actual divine love, and you're moving on into it. We've got sacrifice here, the hanged man. We've got to release. There's finances here. They got to release the finances to those who are actually praying to God. Use caution when you go to the celebration. If anybody invites you to a party, please use caution. We've got a celebration turning bad in a heartbeat. Things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. You're an empath. And we've got time in the reverse. There's no more time. You're an empath. You're out of time. You're exiting time. Time is done. You have escaped. You have escaped. So it looks to me like, yeah, they're feeling your absence. They're not covered by your energy anymore. They're receiving reciprocity. They wish forgiveness. The truth has been revealed on how they have neglected you and laughed at you and thought it was so fun to hurt you. They're running now. They don't know what to do. This is a shadow person, and this is an unexpected outcome. Because you're getting your destiny, because you are responsible. You're getting this family, and people are gossiping about this shadow person sabotaging themselves because they were unsatisfied with the way things were going, you know, and now they're overwhelmed because you are reunited with your family, with the Most High. There's divine intervention, and they're coming right here to retrieve their sons, their daughters, and to make certain that this transfer goes well. This was supposed to happen, and they wanted to be certain that it did not. They really did their best to destroy the earth angels who took a risk and came here to do this earth school thing. Now, those who tried to cause you failure are having some issues, but we got a narcissist feeding here, a clown. They're camouflaging themselves in a workplace affair so that they're not fed on. They're trying to appear as though they are a being of service, so that they don't get fed on, so that they don't become fodder. There's unfinished business here with an influencer, and we've got fierce and aggressive. It could be that God is coming down on this person for actually doing this, for trying to camouflage themselves in this workplace affair energy, so that this narcissist can avoid being fed on by what is here to take them out. They belong on the other side, and we've got a narcissist here feeding on a workplace affair so that they can appear as though they are upright and upstanding, but it's a clown performing sex so that they can camouflage themselves in the energy. They're trying to avoid getting snatched up by death, I guess, by appearing as though they are this. This is just a freaking clown, man. This is just a freaking clown. It's a freaking clown. We've got the devil's messenger is here, unworthy of a date with you. They're making a wish. They wish they could. They got a talent. This is a talented personality, an actor. They've worked really hard at what? Mimicking people. Yeah. They're going to get messed up by your guardian. And just be careful about the celebrations that you consider attending. And avoid this person. See you on the next one, everybody.